Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reading a kind of different one. It's a poly relationship with bokuto, akaashi, kuroo, and tsukishima. So if you're not, if you don't want to, I wouldn't listen to this one if you don't like this stuff. But the only reason I'm reading this is because, I am absolutely head over heels when it comes to poly relationships and stuff. So, here goes nothing. You are seriously regretting being in a long-distance relationship. You have been fine with dating Tsukishima at first, since he lived in the same town, but whenever you were at the training camp over the summer, a few months ago, you met Kuroo and bokuto and akaashi, and they lived much further away than you did. And where you stood, even Suki lived very far away. He lived on the other side of the town. You loved all four of them very deeply, and you wouldn't trade them for the world. But, come on. It never worked when you have 5 people trying to make their plan to meet with each other. It didn't help either that not even you and Tsukishima saw each other all that often. He attended Karasuna while you were a second year at Albajosai. So when the days like this happen, the days you just want to run to all of them, let out your frustrations of the day, and listen to them comfort you and shower you in affection, it made being in love with all 4 of them so much harder. You tried multiple times to look on the bright side of things. You'd been seeing the 4 of them this weekend. You were getting together for a beach day. You could live in the next town over and still not see Suki at all, so this was great. But you were be alone till then. That one wasn't far from the truth. Suki came over more than the others, but, he didn't get to come over a lot because of volleyball and school. And plus, it's a long drive if somebody drove him, and you didn't want to have him put that burden on somebody. You'd had one of the worst days of your life. You'd been tripped by some girl on your way to class, which made you late. You had gone to lunch not knowing that a few boys in your class would steal all of your lunch and give it to their crushes as fake gifts. You had fallen down the stairs when you tripped over your shoelaces. You had even excused yourself to the restroom so you could cry. That's when you realized there was girls in there recording you and put it up on social media for everyone. You couldn't get a break. And then you had been hit on by Oikawa, which wasn't awful since you didn't think he was a bad guy, but still. Then, whenever you told him to back off, his fangirls came after you. When you got home, you felt like you were full of daggers from everybody. You had seen a black cat, and you couldn't help but think of Kuroo. And it made you even sadder. A nice hot bath and the sounds of some sweet music still trended across your mind as you wished you had all your boyfriends there with you. But that wasn't an option. You didn't want to bother Tsukishima from practice to come all the way across town to see you, and you didn't want to call Kuroo, Akaashi, or bokuto because you knew they'd be on the first train over. It was just too much of a hassle on them to make their ways over here just for one lousy day. There's always tomorrow to make it better, right? Right? Opening the door to your house, you called out for your parents, but of course, no, there was no answer back. You took off your shoes and placed them on the rack. In fact, there was double the shoes on the shoe rack. You saw 4 pairs of shoes and you were confused. If Mom and Dad are gone like they usually are, whose shoes are these? You walked timidly into the living room, thinking maybe your mother and father weren't gone and had guests over? Like for a small business meeting at the coffee table or something? But what you saw made you almost break and cry. There was your boyfriends waiting for you. All of them. Tsukishima was taking up the whole couch with his long legs and the small of his back pressed against the armrest. Kuroo was leaning against the armrest that was occupied by Tsukishima's foot. Bokuto was in front of the couch with his legs crossed and flat on the floor in front of him. He had been getting into a movie that Tsukishima turned on, and Akaashi was sitting at the coffee table with an open book in front of him, his legs pressed up and under the coffee table. It was like a beautiful dream. You thought you were hallucinating. Hey, kitten. Welcome home, Kuroo smiled. Since he could see you, and he could see the slack falling off of your shoulders. Tsukishima and Akaashi welcomed you like normal people with their inside voice, but Bokuto, he jumped to his feet and threw his arms around you, smiling and yelling, "Welcome home." Your tears only unleashed at a faster rate before you rushed forward, wrapping your arms around Kuroo, since he was the closest one for comfort. You were joined by Bokuto, Akaashi, and then eventually Tsukishima not long after. Your prayers have been answered. The loves of your life is back. So, I hope you liked that one. I had to keep stopping to record because, I had to take a minute to breathe because my blush was getting, too much to handle for me. Because, yes, this would be a dream for me. So, my blush was getting out of control. So, yeah. Well, I'll see you guys and tell me in the comments what you guys want me to do next. I'll do anything from haiku, 7 Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, Voltron, Avatar The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Fire Force, Death Note even. I think that may be it. I'm not sure, but, feel free to tell me if there's any certain thing you want. So, and I'll be watching Assassin's Classroom soon, so I'll do some of them soon. Hopefully. And sorry it took so long to post. Bye.